All right, give everyone a couple of minutes to come on in here. Make sure we are rolling. Rolling, rolling, rolling. Love the fucking rolling. One is Seeking Chapter 11. Rebel Creamery, which sells Rebel ice cream at major retailers such as, I've never heard of this, Walmart, Target, and Kroger, has filed for Chapter 11. Apparently it lost a trademark infringement lawsuit. I don't know if they were the plaintiff or the defendant. It filed its petition in the U.S. bankruptcy court, blah, 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 blah. Rebel Creamery intentionally copied Van Leeuwen's branding in order for the defendant to redesign its packaging. So basically they have to do a packaging. I don't know how the hell you'd confuse two brands. One's Van Leeuwen, one's Rebel, but... redesign. They'll also be required to disgorge its profits from sell. Oh, fuck. Apparently, yeah, Van Leeuwen got $23.8 million. That'll do it. I always try to name your shit. You know. I was trying to name it something. Like, completely ridiculous. All right, let's start. The Roman pasta that came before carbonara. It looks like we got some guanciale. That would be peppercorns. And dice the guanciale up. It's one of the ingredients I've always wanted to work with, but never really bothered to track it down. By the way, those plastic cutting boards are the only ones legal for a commercial kitchen. Can't use wood, can't use glass. Alright, bunch of cheese. I'm assuming Parm, Pecorino Romano. What is up, Moon Knight? Pepper grinder. Dude, that's gotta smell fucking incredible. I know already. Alright, I gotta piss. I'll be right back. Alrighty. By the Yeti. Hello. You at least added pepper. So adding some pasta water to the cheese. Make sure your guanciale don't burn, dude. Bro, one of your burners is on. So right now he's basically just making carbonara without the egg. Bro, one of your burners is on. Bro, you've got a burner on with nothing on it. I am having an excellent day. Wouldn't your spatula be a little bit better in that situation? Instead of your fucking tweezers? If the handle was actually shorter, there's a reason. If it was actually shorter, the heat from the range would heat the pan up, and by necessity, the handle. So he'd have to be wearing basically heat-proof gloves or an oven mitt or something. I have to do it all the time when I cook on even my stone, and that's a civilian one. Trust me, when I first switched from electric to gas, I learned that lesson painfully. First time I made pasta, I went to grab my pot's handles. Now on an electric, it doesn't generate that much ambient heat, so while the handles might be warm or mildly hot, you can still grip them with your bare hands. Oh my God, I learned the distinction in about 1 second. If it's a gas range, you have to have hot pads or towels or hot mitts or something. Because you can't pick them up with your bare hands. Alright, pretty good. All he needs is just freshly ground black pepper. Alright. Let's do this from Guga, just because I feel like doing a Guga video.
This is my new friend, Malcolm Reed, the king of barbecue on YouTube. I have a tremendous amount of respect for you, and I've heard a rumor that you never had a sous vide steak.
Oh, I've had.
Oh, you had?
I've had several. I'm not the biggest fan.
No, say it like it is, Malcolm. Are you a sous vide hater?
I'm going to say I hate. I think there's a place for it and a time for it. But poaching a steak in water is sacrilege where I come from. We cook over fire. We cook over smoke. But I came to the best.
Okay.
And so I want you to change my mind. Show me why we can put a beautiful steak like this in water and cook something that's as good as we can cook outside.
I take that as a good challenge, and I will do my best. Okay. Now, to have a true comparison in taste so that you can describe to the audience the flavor and everything, we're gonna do both of them the exact same finish. First thing we gotta do,
we're gonna get some seasoning on them.
We're gonna get some seasoning on it. So as you can see, these steaks right here, Malcolm, we have two beautiful New York strip. Most important is not only the marbling for sous vide specifically, it's actually the thickness. You gotta be thick. If it's thin, no good.
That's my rule of thumb when I do a reverse sear over just a straight sear. It's always on the thickness of the steak. If I'm reverse searing, my thick steaks like this. I would reverse sear these.
So, Malcolm, please show me your way here, because we got some rubs here. These are your rubs.
Yeah. So these are like, this is a classic. I've got some salt, pepper, garlic, and a little herbs. That's all that AP stands for, all purpose. But I want to make sure I get the edges too. We want flavor all around our steak.
Tell me how much here.
Yeah, that's a good amount. And then just make sure you do it on all surfaces.
Okay, so we got that one, and then you go with more rub, right?
So let me show you. Let me do the steak rub next. So we're doing textures now. Now, if you'll look at this seasoning, you can see the coarseness. And we're not gonna go super heavy with this because we just want texture. I didn't go super heavy. I just got a nice little crunch all the way around it. And the last thing, we want a little color. And so what I would do, I would hit them with my hot rod, but very, very light.
So you're doing this one more for color?
We're just doing this for color. We don't want it to taste like barbecue, but we want it to look and have that pretty hue on it once we put it on the grill and smoke it.
I think I went a little bit heavier than yours.
Yeah, you're okay.
On the color there. Now, the reason I like to season the sous vide steak a little bit heavy is just like if you cook it on the grill, you know how you lose 30% on the grill grate? You actually lose it also on the sous vide.
Tell me about the bag. Is this just a standard food grade bag?
No, this has to be a BPA BPA-free bag. If it's not BPA-free, don't use it. So we'll put this in the bag. I'm gonna vacuum seal it here real
Good to
quick.
know,
There you go. Quick
'cause-
vacuum seal.
Good to know, because I swear on my hand to God, I've seen I don't know how many of these motherfuckers put a goddamn Glad bag in the thing.
It doesn't take time at all, but I get it. I see it. I know you're not a believer.
Okay, so my thing is the texture. Do you expect that we're gonna see two different textures?
This will be tougher versus this one will be juicier and it will have a little bit more softer bite.
Okay.
But look, you tell me. So this is what you don't like. This is a sous
There
vide
it
machine.
is.
There it is. And we're gonna set this temperature here to 135. So here's the beautiful thing about it. It's gonna take about 1 hour to cook this steak here or 2. But if you get really busy, you can leave this steak here for 5 to 6 hours.
It's not gonna overcook it.
It's not gonna do nothing. After 5 to 6 hours, it will still be medium rare, but the texture starts being like a roast. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna leave it here for an hour, and in the meantime, we're gonna go outside and we're gonna cook that one there.
Reverse sear on a real grill.
On a real grill. Look at this man. We're outdoors just like you like it. This is the way?
I smell the smoke. This is familiar, Guga.
So we're gonna do the reverse sear. We're actually going to use 2 grills, one at a lower temperature and one at a higher temperature.
That's right.
Right now we have this temperature set at 300. Sounds fair enough?
Yes.
Let's go inside with the
Right.
steak. 300 degrees Fahrenheit.
And we're gonna get the lid closed. Now, typically, I like to watch that internal pretty close.
So we'll put a thermometer on it real shortly. Now we wait.
So let's see, it's been about 40 minutes, I think.
Yeah,
It
take
ought
some
to be
time, just
pretty
like
good.
sous vide, you know?
That's right. But we're looking, 118, 119. I think this is where we want to take it off and let it rest just a little bit, because what's going to happen for the first part of the reverse sear, it's going to start keep carrying over a little bit. We don't want it to overshoot too far, so we want to let it carry over and then start to drop back down. And when it gets back to like 119, 120, that's when we can sear it. And I think we'll be
Dude, I love that outdoor couch. I want that outdoor couch.
pretty close on the sous vide.
We'll take it out, right?
Take it out.
Just like a sous vide steak, it looks okay, but not very appetizing.
No, it's not done. We're going to make it look even better.
We take it from here, immediately go to a hot grill, or we let it rest for a little
No,
bit?
we let it rest.
Very good. So now we wait another what?
10, 15 minutes will be perfect.
See, you gotta wait, just like sous vide.
Patience.
Why are you being a sous vide hater?
Patience. I'm not a hater. I'm not a hater. I just don't think it's as good.
10 minutes and we're gonna sear this steak. Okay, it has rested.
Time for stage 2, the sear.
All right, very good. So we got this grill right here. So let's go for it. All right, Malcolm, you ready to go?
I'm ready.
All right, let's go.
Just throw it right in on the grate, get some sizzle going. And it's only gonna take, about a minute, minute and a half on each side. Get us some grill marks going. We'll turn it so it's cooking even, but we really want to sear just the outside.
So let's see how long this takes. All right, Malcolm.
All right, it's been about a minute, so I think we need to look at it. Look at that, we're getting some sear.
There
for
you
sure.
go.
I think it's doing good. You see the crunchy, how that fat starting to get crispy around the edges? We're not quite there, but we're getting close.
Almost ready. Before moving forward, I want to thank today's sponsor, Zwilling. You guys know I'm always
Yeah.
crust. Yeah.
It's crusted up. When I say we probably got another minute on that side and then one more, and we should be solid. Oh yeah, now that fat, see that juice running down, that little fat on the side? That's a sear.
Are we
We're
good?
We're good.
All right, let's put it right
That's
there.
perfectly seared.
Now what happens for you now? You want to let it rest or
Rest.
no?
Yeah. 5 to 7 minutes. If I was serving this to you, I would have me some butter sitting there, and then I wouldn't be brushing it over the top. I would be sitting it on your plate.
You're serving it to me. We need butter. Let's put butter inside. Come on.
All right, so this is how I like to rest them. I've got a couple little pats of butter. If we could take these and just set them right in a little dish.
Oh, you put on the bottom.
Yes.
Oh,
And
I
I'm going to
see.
season this butter just a little bit, and then I'm going to take this.
I have never done that with a steak. I think I'm going to try it.
Steak and just let it sit here 5 minutes.
And nothing on top.
Nothing on top. I don't want to mess the crust up on top. When we slice it, when you take it out on your plate, and then you've got this beautiful sauce sitting here, if you want to put it back in some flavor.
Okay, so your steak is kind of ready. We just got to let it rest?
Yep.
Mine is ready to go. Let's go with
Let's
mine.
go sear it.
It's been about an hour and a half. No need to rest. No need to do anything. And see, it doesn't look very appetizing. But yours didn't look that good either when you
No,
took it out.
yeah, to be fair, you're exactly right.
So we're gonna open it up, but still, when you take it off, it doesn't look like a seared steak, you know? So this steak, no resting, no nothing. We go outside and we put a sear on it. But there's one thing you must do. Now, this might be against all your thinking because I have to pat it dry.
What about the seasoning?
I know. You have to pat it dry. So here's what I'm trying to do, right? I'm patting the steak dry in order to get the moisture out of it as soon as possible, because the longer I take it to sear, I'm gonna get that big gray band. To keep things consistent, I'll use the same thing you're using. 1.5 minutes per side. But right towards the end, I'm gonna give you what's called the kiss of the dragon. Now we just wait a second. It's been about a minute, getting a little bit of color there. Let's take a look. Oh, I'm happy with that.
Yeah, it's getting there, it's getting there.
Another minute on this side, and we're done. Okay, Malcolm, look at that. Nice and golden brown color. Now you approve.
I gotta say, it's looking like I'll mess with it.
It's looking good, okay. It's a nice quick finish, not too much.
That would be the kiss of the dragon.
I don't want to overdo it. I want to caramelize the fat. Just like that. I'll pull it out. Bada bing, bada boom. Now we don't have to let it rest at all. We can actually dig in immediately. But let's put some butter on it like you did.
I'm all about the butter.
Hey, more butter, more better.
I got this.
All right, Malcolm, we got that steak ready to go. So I'm gonna put that butter on the bottom. Which one you did?
I used the steak. If you had some fresh herbs, that's a good place to put them.
Now we're gonna go ahead. I'll put that right under here. Cover this like this so that it can melt.
Loosely.
Let's try your steak now.
All right.
And then we'll see this thing. Okay, so let's see how we did here. Nice medium rare. Look at that. So
that's
let's go ahead and
fucking
slice
great.
a few of them. I mean, it's textbook, no?
That's it.
Now, what do you do now, Malcolm? Do you just go
eat.
here or you go?
No, you eat. You want to try it without it.
Okay.
And then try it.
Okay, fair enough. Please.
Cheers, my friend.
Cheers, brother.
That's a good
This is
steak.
delicious steak.
It's delicious. You
This
get a
is-
little smoke flavor.
It's a little smoke flavor,
You get the saltiness.
little crunchiness, like
A little
you said.
crunchiness on texture. And now, we got to try this.
Oh, that's next level?
Yeah.
Oh, you can see that this man is a happy man.
Butter makes it better.
Yeah. What do you like most about this steak? Because you talked a lot about the texture.
I love the fact that I taste the grill. Where we put the smoke to it, that's the essence. That's going to be what's the biggest difference in these two steaks.
So I'm gonna put this right here, and we're gonna cut the other steak.
Oh.
We got some pan juices too.
Oh, yes.
Mine almost like overflowed. You see that? Let's go for it. Now, what I notice here, normally
looks pretty
you would
fucking good,
never
too.
get any type of gray band whatsoever. You see on the top, it's a little bit gray. And that's because I believe that grill not hot enough. And normally, Malcolm, you will not get a gray band like this. Especially if you do only the flamethrower itself, would have been much hotter and much faster. Let's go for it.
Cheers,
Cheers, brother.
That's so good.
That's good.
Texture's a little different. You're right.
It's
a little,
good.
little softer, yeah.
It's a little softer, not so much soft
yeah.
because we seared the same method, but you can see how it's much softer than the previous one, you know?
Flavor's great. I mean, they have a really similar, different flavor. What I'm missing is that little layer of essence of smoke. And smoke is an ingredient. And that's just something that, man, it's in my blood.
I got a question for you. It is 20-degree weather outside, snowing in a blizzard storm. You can't get your smoker out. Would you try sous vide?
Absolutely.
Then I'm happy. Then I'm happy.
Absolutely.
Well, yeah, I mean, I prefer burgers on the grill, but if it's, 20 below outside, even I have a limit to grilling. Let's do Lydia Bastianich, who gave birth to the bastard of wine country.
With braised broccolini. I'm here in my garden. It's a beautiful day, and I'm cooking. I'm cooking an easy and delicious dish that you can cook almost anywhere. So what am I doing? I am doing striped bass with broccolini, a nice fillet of striped bass. The fillet could be a nice fillet just like that. Make sure it's fresh, or you can have
Now, is she going to keep the skin on or remove it?
thicker filet, or you can have, you can do salmon, you can do halibut, you can do everything. So let me just score it a little bit,
Okay.
just like that. Otherwise, the fish will curl up. So this way, it relaxes, the skin doesn't pull and curl up the fish. Sometimes fish, especially if you have a nice fine filet like this, breaks readily. So let's make a nice portion, 2 portions like that, and we can handle it easily. A little bit of vegetable oil because we're gonna sort of fry the fish first. Let me just salt it a little bit, just like that.
I wouldn't use that pan. For a fish, I just use... Jesus. Can't talk.
that.
Cast iron.
Not too much. And I'm gonna flour it. Just nice and easy. Can you do it without the flour? You could, absolutely. But you know, I feel that flour gives some taste, but also will hold the fish together. The oil is nice and hot. So let's put the skin in first. Just like that. And once you have the fish in, don't move it. Let it form that crust. So let's go and do the broccolini. So these are the broccolini. How do you clean this broccolini? Very simple. You sort of cut part of the stem and you just pull outer skin off, just like that. So what other vegetables could you use? I mean, anything that you have that's in season. You know, you can use asparagus, you can use regular broccoli, you can use spinach. Just be aware of the cooking time of each vegetable. This is a little bit too big, maybe. I'll cut it in half like that. So they're all the same size, more or less. Just cut it in small florets. You know I don't like to waste anything, so let's use these little stems. Let me cut them up and I'll throw them right in with the broccolini. So let's see how the fish is doing. It looks like it's nice and brown on one side. And again, when I flip it, I leave it there. I don't move it around because the fish is sensitive and you want a nice crust. One thing about fish is, actually there's two things that I want you to remember. Super fresh, it has to be fresh, and then do not overcook your fish. Let's check in on this fish. I think it should be done. It is perfect. So let me get the fish out of here. Put a little bit of salt. When it's nice and hot like that, what happens is that, you know, the heat dissolves the salt and it's absorbed. The bees are coming around. They know when something good is cooking. So the vegetable oil, I'm gonna throw it out. Now I put some olive oil in there because this is what we're going to really eat. So let me throw the broccolini in there. Just like that. If you will, in there. And I'm going to make a little hot spot. And, you know, you might wonder, well, why didn't you put the garlic in first? Well, because the broccoli takes a little longer, I think, and I didn't want the garlic to burn. I'm gonna put a little bit of more oil, make a little corner here, and get the garlic. Do we like a lot of garlic? Yeah, you know I like a lot of garlic, a lot of flavor. I'm gonna put some salt, of course. Okay, let's get a little peperoncino. And just a little bit of water. The broccolini are thick, you know, they need a little bit of water to cook. Just enough to steam them, and the water will evaporate. Also, for flavoring, I like a little bit of lemon peel. You just want the rind, you don't want the pith. The pith is the bitter part. Let's put it in here.
Okay, this I've never seen.
Full speed ahead. I'll put the lid on and let this cook away. The olives, after they were harvested, they were put on a horse-drawn cart, my grandmother's horse-drawn cart, and it would be
And then they went into the cabs, and we never saw the olives again.
taken to the olive oil mill, if you will, the communal press. And what happens is that they crush the olive into a pulp so that they can get everything out. Then this pulp, if you will, is put between like lifesavers of jute, you know, one after another. You put like a lifesaver of jute, then some of this pulp, then another lifesaver of jute, then, and so high, about 10. And then it was squeezed, pressed, if you will. And the oil and the water was
So basically, it's how we make apple juice.
dripping on the sides of this lifesavers into a container around it, which had a spout, and then this would run into a bigger container where it would separate because, again, the olive oil is lighter and it would float. And it was taken home like that. At home, you allowed the olive oil to rest, I remember, and at the bottom there would be a sediment, but they would leave it like that. At that point, olive oil is still a little murky, and it has this intense flavor of vegetation plus olive oil. We really appreciated it, that fresh vegetable flavor of the olive oil of that first pressing. I think the broccolinis are done. Absolutely.
Well, unlike you, I just go to the store and buy a bottle of fucking olive oil.
But al dente. So let's
I'm sure it was a wonderful childhood memory, but I'd just buy my olive oil.
start to serve them. Okay. I would put the broccolini down first. Just like that. The fish is nice and juicy. I told you, don't overcook it. Just a little piece for me. You know, I have to taste it. And I think, you know, would I like a little bit of lemon? I think I would. Okay. Just drizzle a little bit on this one. A little bit on this one. And a little bit on me for Lydia. Let me taste it so I can tell you exactly how it is. Delicious, crunchy, good, and a nice glass of chilled white wine, and maybe just a drizzle of olive oil. I think I'd like that. You know, I like my olive oil. Just a little bit like that. Absolutely. That's enough. And I'm gonna cut some lemons because I think I love cutting the lemons just like that in half. Nice big. So each person takes half of it, and voila. Okay. This looks like a pretty good table under the grape trestle in my backyard. Nice and refreshing. Good glass of wine, some crunchy bread. You'll have a great meal.
That'll work. All right, 136-year-old hot dog diner.
36-year-old diner still makes hot dogs the exact same way.
Well, what makes this place so special? This steamer came from the original diner that my great-grandfather bought in 1890. That's my great-granddad over there, Fred Casey. This is my grandfather, Joe Casey. That's my dad, Fred Casey. And I'm Pat Casey, father to son, 4 generations.
So why hot dogs to begin with?
So when my great-grandfather started, hot dogs were the heart of the menu, and he was speeding shift changes at factories in Natick, 1890 to the early 1900s. Working man's food, inexpensive. You want to get these rolls nice and soft, but not wet, right? So it's as much of an art as it is a science. Most people get them all around, which is mustard, relish, and onion. No ketchup, because when we started, for 50 years, there was no such thing as ketchup. And if you're really in the know, you ask for celery salt. So all around with celery, there you go.
I have heard that celery salt and hot dogs go well together.
That's a great hot dog.
This 136-year-old diner still makes hot dogs the
Although I still prefer my weenies grilled.
Easy cheeseburger biscuit bombs are crazy good. I'm flattening 6 Grand's butter tasting biscuits.
Okay.
I've got a pound of cooked and cooled ground beef, which I'm adding some Wash Your Sister sauce to, along with the seasonings listed below in the comments. Once we get all those seasonings in there, we're just gonna mix it all in and scoop some filling on each biscuit, place some diced red onion on top, and then go ahead and cube up some Colby Jack cheese slices into little squares. Then you're gonna close up each of your biscuits like a dumpling, place them seam side down in a greased pan. Take an egg yolk, about a tablespoon of heavy whipping cream for an egg wash, brush each one, place in the oven for 375 for about 20 minutes. Take a half a stick of melted butter, add some garlic to that and some parsley that's chopped. Brush each one. I'm enjoying with Thousand Island dressing, but you can do what you like. But look at that, guys. These easy cheeseburger biscuit bombs.
Maybe I'll have to make that. All right, let's do smoked meatloaf.
I love a smoked meatloaf. And this recipe is as
That's odd because I'm curious how you're going to cook it so it doesn't pick up all the smoke.
basic and simple as it can get, but man, the flavor comes through phenomenal.
Fuck. Fuck. I gotta pee again.
Yeah, damn, that's good. Let me show you how I made it.
All right, you got to start off with your beef, 2 pounds. Add the oats, the ketchup. Then I'm going to season it up with some Heath Riles beef rub and everyday rub, basically SPG. Add your milk, an egg. Now I'm going to dice up a small yellow onion, get that added to it as well. Then get it all mixed up. Do it for a few minutes, make sure it's all incorporated everywhere. Kind of form it into a patty and get it into your pan. Then I'm going to stick this in the freezer, let it form up for about an hour. Get this transferred over to my cooking mesh mat. Just makes it easy to transfer onto the grill. Then a little bit more beef rub and insert my Typhur Sync probe, then onto a 250 smoker. I'm going to smoke this until it hits 140 internal, then it's time to glaze. When it hits 160, it's done. Let it rest. Perfection. I love the color. Tons of juice in this.
Like I said, the color is great. The smoke ring is great. It's just, it picks up every hint of that fucking smoke. All right. 3 lazy dinners that are actually good.
3 really easy one-pan dinners for you today, and these are all so good. The creamy chicken marsala pasta might just be one of my favorite recipes I have tried in a while. Let's get started, y'all. All right, so to start, I'm just using my Dutch oven for this, but any sort of large skillet or a large pot will work. I'm just gonna add only about a tablespoon of olive oil to my pot. And to that, I have 1 pound of smoked sausage. And we're just gonna brown this up a little bit until it has some good color on it, some little brown bits on the sausage. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and turn this down just a little bit. Our sausage is starting to get some really nice color on there. First, I'm adding about 2 tablespoons of minced garlic. Stir that around, let that cook 30 seconds or so. We're also gonna be adding 1 teaspoon of Dijon mustard. Next, we are using our cowboy butter seasoning again today. This is the Kinder's. I will have it linked if you just want to purchase it online, but I've seen it at Walmart. Even Sam's Club has this. It's really, really good. I would say that's probably a tablespoon and a half. I'm just gonna sprinkle that in. You can always add more at the end. The rest of the seasonings, I am just gonna eyeball. We're gonna add in some paprika. Give it some good color. We're also gonna add in a sprinkle of onion powder. We are gonna do a sprinkle of garlic powder because why not? I know we have that fresh garlic in there. Well, jarred garlic. And lastly, let's do some...
Oh, for Christ's sakes, as long as you use it in a timely manner, garlic is just fine.
Black pepper. Get a good amount in there. Not lastly, I almost forgot, we are gonna do just a small sprinkle of chili powder. All right, let's go ahead and stir our sausage in with all of those seasonings. Let that sausage do the work and kind of scrape up all that flavor from the bottom. This is going to be the base.
No, the best thing you could do is get a little bit of white wine and pour it in there.
Of our flavor. Looks a little crazy right now, but it's going to be so good. All right, next one in the pot, I have about 12 ounces of pasta. I'm just going to use the cavatappi, kind of the corkscrew pasta. This or like a rotini would be really good because it's going to help soak up all that flavor and that cowboy butter sauce. But this is about 12 ounces, so not quite a full box. Next, we're going to add in some chicken broth. All right, now that we have our pasta in there, I'm going to go ahead and turn our heat back up to medium, maybe medium high. We're going to bring this up to a simmer. I'm going to turn this down, but I'm going to keep simmering it, and I'm just going to pop the lid on. All right, I'm going to go ahead and turn this back down to low, and we are going to add about 1 cup of shredded sharp cheddar cheese. We're also going to add in about 1/2 cup of shredded Parmesan cheese. Go ahead and stir that.
Look, I can forgive the cheddar, but for God's sakes, don't buy pre-grated Parmesan. Grate it yourself.
That cheese down in there. Add the rest of our cheddar. So we'll have about 2 cups total. And one last thing we're gonna add is some heavy cream. Just gonna pour that right in. Stir it in. I'm gonna go ahead and turn my stove completely off now. That cheese will continue to melt and our sauce will kind of thicken up and set up really well. Give it a taste and we should be ready. All right, you can see how good and creamy it is. Got our little bits of sausage in there. This looks so good, and this took no time at all, even with filming. It really did not take me long at all to throw together. All right, for this recipe, I'm just cooking mine in an 8x8. You can easily double this recipe if you want to, but honestly, this will still feed about 6. So to the dish, we're first gonna add both 1 can of French onion soup and 1 can of the creamy chicken with herbs. All right, next to our sauce, I have about 1/2 cup of beef broth. We're just gonna pour that in. We're gonna do about a tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce and a sprinkle of black pepper. All right, I'm just gonna get my whisk and I'm just gonna whisk our cream of chicken soup into our our onion soup and everything else we have going on. I'm just gonna whisk everything together.
Oh, that looks
One thing
like
I forgot
vomit.
to add is some garlic powder. Just gonna sprinkle some on. All right, to keep this one dish, next we're gonna add 2 cups of cooked, this is just jasmine rice. Next, I have some rotisserie chicken.
Now what the fuck
I'm
are you
gonna add
making?
probably about 1.5 cups or 2 cups to this. Our dish is getting really full. So if you were making a bigger casserole or doubling this, you could easily just use 1 rotisserie chicken. Will be plenty of chicken for this.
Oh my God.
Next, we're gonna add in 1/2 cup of Parmesan cheese. All right, so our casserole dish is full, but we're not messing up any dishes. So I'm just gonna kind of fold in our rice and our chicken and our cheese in with that delicious French onion.
By the way, rotisserie chickens are the biggest ripoff in the fucking grocery store. They're like typically a 3-pound bird that you maybe get a pound, pound and a half of meat out of. Buy a fucking roaster. Buy a chicken. They're usually twice as large. Yes, you have to cook the fucking thing yourself. But you get double to triple the meat.
Onion sauce. I stir it really good, especially since I just added in that garlic powder. Make sure it's all stirred in there evenly. And yes, if you want to mess up another bowl and stir it, you totally can. But, I mean, why mess up another bowl? Alright. And you can add a little bit of chicken like I did and then add some more. But I like this consistency because, of course, when we bake it, our sauce and everything is going to thicken up, and we do not want it to be too dry. Everything spread out evenly. All right, next I just have some sliced provolone cheese. You could also use Swiss if you wanted to. And we're just gonna lay some slices right on top. I think probably 4 slices is gonna be just enough. That's gonna bug me, so I'm gonna add a little piece in the middle. We can't have anybody getting gypped if they get that piece. But I might as well add the rest of this slice. Just add it all around to those corners. A little extra cheese never hurt. All right, I already have my oven preheated to 350. This is just going in there uncovered for just about 20 minutes. Everything in here is already cooked. We're just gonna thicken that sauce up, get this cheese nice and melty, and then of course we have the best part we're gonna add at the very end. But for now, 350, 20 minutes. All right, y'all, it's been there for just a few minutes. Of course, next we're gonna add our crispy French fried onions. It's about a cup. That's what the recipe is gonna say. Measure with your heart on these, okay? All right, this is going back into the oven for just about 10 more minutes. I cannot even begin to tell you how delicious this casserole was. I know I'll be making this one again and again. The French onion flavor is so good in this. You must give this one a try. The full recipe, along with all the others, are below. All right, we just may have saved the best for last on this one. This is chicken marsala rigatoni. I'm just using some cubed chicken thighs for this. They work perfectly in this dish. And I'm just gonna saute those up with a little olive oil. I just added some salt, pepper, Italian seasoning. And once those are cooked through, I'm just gonna put those to the side for now. Next to that same skillet or pot, we're just gonna add in some butter along with some diced onion and then about 8 ounces of mushrooms that I just cleaned really well and kind of chopped those up but left them in bigger pieces. If you love chicken marsala, or if you've ever been to the restaurant I'm gonna call Maggie's for short and had their rigatoni D, y'all, this tastes just like it, if not better. So once those mushrooms and onions are cooked down, I've added in some minced garlic, some balsamic vinegar, and of course some of that marsala wine. Y'all, the flavors in this are just so good. We're gonna add about 12 ounces of rigatoni along with some chicken broth, and we're just gonna bring this up to a simmer. I'm gonna pop.
Dude, I've never been to your grocery store, but normally pasta is sold in 1-pound boxes.
The lid on and just let this cook for about 8 to 10 minutes, just until our pasta is right there at al dente, because it is going to continue cooking when we add the rest of our ingredients. Once that pasta reaches that point, we're going to add in some heavy cream as well as some shredded Parmesan cheese. Give it one last little stir, and this sauce will begin to kind of thicken up on its own. Go ahead and turn your stove off at this point, but the sauce in here is not like a thick Alfredo sauce. It's more of like a thin, glossy sauce that's just so rich in flavor. Just so good. This is one of
So basically a thin Alfredo sauce.
my favorite things to order when we go to that restaurant, but I'm so happy to say this tastes just like it. We're gonna add our chicken back in at the end. Give it a stir. Just leave it in there enough time for that chicken to warm back up. This is definitely one of those dinners that your family is going to
Pasta's overcooked to fuck.
think you put so much effort into, but little do they know we used one pot and it is just amazing.
Dude, how overcooked is your pasta? It's not even staying together.
I hope you give this one a try. Like I said, all the recipes are below in the description box.
Yeah, I will, except I will cook it properly. Okay. Homemade cheese enchiladas.
Spoons of butter and 1 tablespoon of oil. I'm gonna add 3 tablespoons of flour. And I'm gonna keep stirring it continuously until it gets kind of a light brown color to cook the flour.
Except you need like a whisk for a roux, but whatever, do you.
Got it on about a medium heat.
Okay, we've got the roux. Dude, you've got the roux!
Now the flour's starting to get a light brown color. I'm going to add all of my seasonings in. Here's a list of those ingredients, including the seasonings that I'm adding right here.
That's all wonderful and good, Bob.
I'll keep stirring. Mix them in with the roux. It's going to get clumpy. Soak up all that roux. Now all the seasonings are hot, getting toasted, releasing their flavor. Now I'm going to add some chicken broth. Probably about a half a cup to begin with. Stir to get that mixed up. Now I'm going to go ahead and add some more chicken broth. Add about a half a cup at a time. And stir to get this mixed well. Now that that's mixed well, I'm going to go ahead and add the rest of my chicken broth. This is about another 2 cups of chicken broth. I use a total of 3 cups of broth in this sauce.
Alright, so he's making his sauce.
And I'm gonna go ahead and add one little cube of Knorr chicken bouillon and crumble it up in there.
But is it Knorr chicken stock pots? Knorr chicken stock pots make things taste better than salt. At least that's according to Marco Pierre White. Why does it make food taste better than salt? Because Knorr's paid me $10,000, you stupid cunt.
Now we're going to keep stirring. I'm going to add a spoonful of tomato paste.
Tomato paste! I think I've actually made a sauce pretty similar to this, actually.
I'll keep stirring until that tomato paste is dissolved and mixed in with everything else real well.
Yeah, and a whisk could probably be better, but whatever.
Get everything mixed real well. I'm going to put the burner on low to simmer. I'm going to put the lid over it. And just every few minutes we'll stir it just to make sure it keeps getting mixed up. And let it simmer for 15 to 20 minutes while stirring occasionally.
Mine is a different color, but my God, do I love that thing.
My wife is grating up 1 pound of American cheese. We just bought a block of American cheese in the deli. You want to get a block of it from the deli, and that's American cheese. And grate it yourself. Don't buy that pre-grated stuff.
I tend to agree. The pre-grated shit is, I can't remember what it is, but it's like, I don't know, palm tree dust or some stupid shit on it.
This American cheese is the secret to a good cheese enchilada. You want to take your corn tortillas and put them in some hot oil and just leave them for a few seconds. This is just to help them be more pliable so that whenever you're putting your enchiladas together, they hold together and don't tear. Plus the oil gives them a good flavor. Okay, my enchilada sauce is still really hot, so I put on my cotton gloves first and then my little plastic gloves for cooking over those so that it doesn't burn my hands. Now I'm going to show you how we put our enchiladas together.
Burn your hands.
I'll start off by putting a little bit of the sauce in the bottom of our pan. Our casserole pan is 9 by 13. We'll spread that around in the bottom of our pan. And you can make beef enchiladas if you'd rather have beef, but we didn't have any ground beef thawed out, so we're just making cheese enchiladas, which is actually my favorite anyway. So, what you do is take one of your flour tortillas that you put through the grease. We're gonna run it through the sauce. I'm gonna lay it in the pan. I'm gonna grab me enough cheese to fill the inside of my enchilada. And then you're gonna do the best you can to roll up your enchilada, which I'm not very good at. I'll roll it up
Fucking kidding me.
and put it in place there in my pan. And this is an optional ingredient. If you like onion, which I do, you can take some chopped onion, diced onion, put a
Put
few
it on top.
diced onion on top of your enchiladas. You can put them inside too if you'd rather have them that way. But just keep doing the same thing. Run your tortillas through the sauce. Lay it in your pan. Get your grated American cheese. Put it inside the tortilla. Roll it up. Put it in place. And just keep going until you get your pan filled up. We're going to...
Why is there no meat? What have you done to me?
Come all the way across this way, and then I can put a couple here and a couple here running this way. And then we'll put it in the oven on 350 for probably about 20 minutes, basically just until the cheese is good and hot and everything's bubbly, and then it'll be ready to eat. All right, we've got our enchiladas put together and in the pan here, and we sprinkled a few of the diced onion on top because we've got adults here with mature taste buds, unlike my brother and our preacher who have immature taste buds and don't like onions. Ha ha ha. But I know Sylvia, aka Martha, she loved the onion, the chef Jean-Pierre onion. So now that we've got our enchiladas made, the onions on, I'm going to take a little bit of the shredded cheese I have left and go on top. And we're also going to go on top with the rest of our sauce. We will spread it out all over the top.
Yes, spread. Spread like the worthless whore that you are.
Alright, now finish up with the rest of this cheese. Remember, block American cheese from the deli and shred it yourself. It's going to give you the best cheese enchilada. And now we're ready to go in the oven that's preheated to 350. It'll take probably about 15-20 minutes for everything to get bubbling hot, and then you'll be ready to enjoy your homemade cheese enchiladas. I had the enchiladas in the oven for about 20 minutes with some tin foil over the top, and after 20 minutes I took the tin foil off and left the enchiladas in there. They've been in there for about another 5 minutes or so. And you can see they're starting to bubble a little bit, so they're just about ready to take out. All right, just took the enchiladas out of the oven. Just let them sit and cool for just a few minutes, and then we'll be ready to eat. Normally we make some Mexican rice and some
Well, it's not
refried
vegan,
beans
it's
to go along
vegetarian
with our
crap.
enchiladas, but we're not that hungry tonight, and plus we didn't have everything we needed, so we're just gonna have a little guacamole along with our enchiladas tonight.
Guacamole. You mean guacamole? Ugh, you fucking hillbilly hick.
It's gonna be good, I promise. Father, thank you for your blessings. Thank you for our family and our friends. Just thank you for everything you bless us with. Just please continue to bless us.
All right, he either... I think he's probably got a deaf relative because he's doing sign language way too good.
Allow us to have a good, safe week this week. Just please help us to always to serve you and do all the things that you want us to do. And just please allow us to continue to receive some more rain. Just thank you for all the rain that we've already gotten. Just thank you for this food that you provided. Just use it to nourish our bodies and help us to serve you in Christ's name.
Well, did he really do that? I mean, you drove to the store and paid for it.
Get a little bonus feature in this video. I'm going to show you how to make good old southern sweet tea. Bring a little teapot. It probably holds maybe a quart of water, maybe a little less. I got about half full. And bring it to a boil. And I like Louisiana tea. And I use 4 of the family size tea bags. Once the water comes to a boil, I'm going to drop those tea bags in there. Going to cover it up with the lid. And I'm going to slide it off of the burner and let it steep for about 15 or 20 minutes. All right, our tea has been steeping for about 20 minutes. Take the lid off and I'm going to pour the tea into the pitcher. This pitcher holds a gallon, and we use filtered water out of the refrigerator. And for a gallon of tea, we use 1 cup of sugar, 1 full cup. And I've heard of people, and a lot of people from the South use 2 cups per gallon, but that's way too sweet for us. We like 1 cup per gallon. And I'm squeezing that tea out of those bags there. And now I'm just gonna stir it a little bit, and then it'll be ready to go. You know, my family was...
Except, where's the alcohol? It's sweet tea, right? Shouldn't there be bourbon in that?
Was raised on sweet tea. I can remember as a kid, we drank sweet tea, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Just drank it all day long. We always had sweet tea around. And that's just a staple.
And that's why most of the South is diabetic.
The South. You know, I want to thank each one of you who watched the videos. I appreciate you so much. I ask that you just please subscribe, please like.
All right, enough of that. All right, this is chicken breast. That tastes good, never dry baked this way, okay?
Hey y'all, welcome to Kamira's Kitchen. Today I'm going to show you.
Dude, did you record this using your phone?
How to make a juicy chicken breast baked. Now y'all know I don't really mess with the chicken tartare, but baby, sometimes you might want to put some chicken tartare on some salad, have it as a little side, maybe do a little meal prep. So I'm going to show you how you can bake some juicy chicken breasts. Okay, so first off, I am going to preheat the oven to 425 degrees. You really want to cook these at high temperatures so that it stays juicy. If you cook it low and slow, I feel like they tend to come out dry. Now I have 3 big old chicken breasts. Okay, now y'all know how they feeding these birds these days. 1 chicken breast is enormous. So here's what you have to do. What I like to...
Well, it depends on where you get it from.
To do is put down a little bit of wax paper, and you see there's a thin side and a thicker side, and then I'm going to put the wax paper over the chicken breast, and then I am going to pound out the side that is thicker so that it becomes more even. I also find that this makes the chicken breast a bit more tender. Now those of y'all that are bougie and you have a meat mallet, baby, go ahead and use it, but honey, I'm going to...
How does a meat mallet make me bougie? They're $10.
Use my rolling pin because I don't have no meat mallet. Do you hear what I'm trying to...
Jesus, I'll buy you one. It's fine.
tell you. Okay, now once I have the chicken breast fairly even, I'm going to do this to the rest of them. Now I do this pretty much every time I bake chicken breast. I know some people don't like to do it, but I find that if you don't do this step, the chicken breast really cooks unevenly.
Well,
That
yeah,
tip cooks
because
so
you have
quickly.
you. Damn it. Yeah, because one part of the chicken is this thick, the other is this thick.
Hey y'all, welcome to Kamira's Kitchen. Today I'm going to show you how to make a juicy and a thicker side. And then I'm going, okay, now once I have the box, one of the cheat codes for juicy
right.
chicken breast is adding a tablespoon of mayo and then some olive oil. I just feel like some avocado oil mayo just really makes this chicken taste so good. I'm using about a half of a teaspoon each of every seasoning that I showed you, except the thyme. I'm only using a fourth of a teaspoon of thyme. You could also just replace that with Italian seasoning or mixed herbs. And I am adding a teaspoon of salt. You, of course, should just salt to taste and just do it depending on how many chicken breasts you are making. I really feel like you have to not only season this well, because y'all know chicken breasts don't really got fat like that and don't really got that flavor unless you add it, but also you want the chicken breast to get a really good color by the time it comes out of the oven. So that paprika and the spices on the outside are really key to getting a crust. Plus, as the mayo melts, it helps mix with the spices and forms a beautiful color on your chicken breast. So once these are well coated, I just let them sit at room temperature for about 15 minutes just to make sure they don't have any chill on them. And then I'm going to add them to a baking sheet with some parchment paper. I like to just add an additional very light spray of olive oil to help with the color, and a meat thermometer I feel like is really critical to getting the chicken breast right, okay? Because if you overcook it, it is done. I am going to use a insert probe, and I'm going to set the monitor to go off at 160 degrees. By the time the chicken breast reaches 165 degrees, if it makes it to that temperature in the oven, it's going to be overcooked because it's going to carry over in temperature. So mine cooked for about 18 minutes. The cook time is really going to depend on how thick your chicken breasts are. Okay, just be mindful that you need to pull it at about 160 degrees. You can actually even pull it at 159, 158. It will carry over to 165. Now you do need to let these rest for about 7 minutes. It's much better to let your meat rest longer and warm it up than to cut it too early and let all the juices run. But as you can see, this chicken breast is juicy, it is delicious, and it is ready for your meal. Let me know if you're going to try this. I'll see you next time with more.
I've already done similar things. $1 million Sloppy Joe.
Quick Bite with Tammy family, are you ready to make a delicious Sloppy Joe grilled cheese sandwich? One that's
Oh, God. Well, I will be, but I once again have to piss. All right, let's get back into it.
That's going to be nice and melty and absolutely flavorful and delicious. We're going to start off with adding about 3/4 to 1 pound of ground beef. Our meat is perfectly broken down. We have all of our brown ground meat bits going on. With that being said, it's time for us to see whether or not if we have a lot of oil in this pan. So I'm going to push the meat against the wall of the pan and allow the oil to come forward to see whether or not if I'm going to need to clean this on out with a paper towel. And for what it's worth, this is not a lot of oil. I'm just going to go ahead and add our onions. Cook our onions until they become nice and translucent. This should take about 2 to 3 minutes. The pan is honestly hot. We're going to incorporate our onions with our ground beef. And at this point in time, we're going to add our bell peppers. For today's recipe, we're going to be using red and green bell peppers. However, use whatever you have available.
Hell of a lot of green bell pepper, but it is Sloppy Joe mix.
So I'd say our veggies for an additional 2 to 3 minutes or until the veggies become slightly softened. We're not going to cook them down too much because we want to keep that color vibrancy going, going on. If it's one thing that I don't care for, it's veggies that's cooked down until they're like extremely mushy and soft, and then they just, they don't really present. You don't really see that pop of color in the finished product. Let's add some garlic. Allow the garlic to sit in the center for about 30 seconds. We're going to allow the garlic to toast up. Now here's the thing, 30 seconds or until the garlic becomes fragrant, whichever happens first. So far I don't smell anything, so I'm going to allow it to sit here a little longer. We're going to combine our garlic throughout the meat mixture. I'm going to lower the flame just a bit, and we're going to start to season. For today's seasonings, we're going to use some garlic powder. We're also going to add some onion powder, some chili.
Right. Nothing too terrible out of the realm of possibility.
Smoked paprika for that nice smoky element of flavor, along with sugar to balance out the flavors. We're also going to add some...
who the fuck knows? Maybe she has a delicate ego.
Bouillon powder, along with our Worcestershire sauce. You got to have that Worcestershire, okay? You're going to get those complexity of flavors. If you add the Worcestershire sauce, you're going to get the salt, sweet, and savory flavors. We're going to add a pinch of salt and ground black pepper. Let's mix everything on up. We want to make sure all of the seasonings is perfectly distributed throughout the pan. A substitute for the chili powder could definitely be cayenne pepper. This smells amazing already. All right, time for us to add our sauces. Ketchup goes in. We're also going to add our tomato paste. Going to put it right here in the center and allow it to cook down just a bit. We want all of the flavors to be extracted from the tomato paste, all right? The longer you cook it, believe it or not, is the sweeter it's going to be. Let's combine that as well. We're going to add about 2 more things, and we're going to wrap this on up. Let's add our mustard.
Wrap it up. I'll take it.
The mustard is going to give it a nice balance of flavor. We went ahead and added all of the, well, not just yet, okay? We're going to add the barbecue sauce. Now I can finally say that. We went ahead and added all of the sweet things to our Sloppy Joe. So now it's time for that balance of acidity. And that's going to come from 2 things, right? The Worcestershire sauce along with the mustard as well. The yellow mustard is definitely going to give you that slight acidity that we love when it comes down to Sloppy Joe. We're going to lower the flame and we're going to allow it to come to a slow simmer, simply because we want all of the flavors to intertwine at this point in time. Add a small amount of water to loosen things up. This is going to help with the simmering process. If you want to add a lid to it, you definitely can. I'm going to allow this to cook.
Well, if you want it to reduce, I wouldn't recommend adding a lid because all that does is just keep moisture trapped. It means shit cooks a lot faster, but you don't lose any moisture.
An additional 5 to 6 minutes. Let's butter our bread. We're gonna butter it on both sides for the best result. To our greased skillet, we're gonna add our bread. All right, we are rocking out on a low heat. We are not gonna rush this process because we want everything to have enough time to melt down properly, all right? If you rush the process, what's gonna happen is you're gonna have this really crazy toasted bread. Meanwhile, the cheese and everything didn't have time to melt, all right? So we're not gonna do that. I like to butter both sides of the bread simply because once I flip it over and I decide to add the cheese, the hot bread is gonna allow the cheese to melt even better and even faster. We're gonna flip it over. And as you can see, we lightly toasted it, all right? We didn't toast it too much. We just toasted it enough for us to be able to add our cheeses. If you feel like your pan is too hot, feel free to lower the flame. Take as long in the kitchen as you want, okay? Even though this is quick recipes. Take your time if you have to. Let's add some of our beautiful Sloppy Joe to our sandwich.
Every time I hear the word Sloppy Joe, I just can't help but think of the Adam Sandler song. Sloppy Joe, sloppy Joe.
Very, very good. All right, nice big old bread. You're gonna push this up just a bit, make a little bit more room on the grill for this one right here. Better yet, turn it this way. All right, because I want that side to be hot as well. It's imperative that every side of this bread is hot. All right. Now to this slice right here, right? Here's what we're gonna do. We gotta add some cheese on top. And that's simply because...
Why? Why must we do this? Dear Lady of the Night.
Because we gotta create like a glue, all right? This being hot is gonna be perfect. Just press it on top. And let's just flip it over. We did it, family. We did it. This is a big one, okay?
Holy shit, that looks delicious.
But the main point is, we made it happen. All right, so now we're gonna allow the other side to toast.
Holy shit, I'd eat the fuck out of that.
Up without burning this side of the bread too much. Now you see why it makes a lot of sense to toast all of the bread, right? Every single side. If you want that nice melted grilled cheese, you have to. You can't go in there with cold bread. It's not gonna work out perfect. Look at all of that beautiful melted cheese oozing out of the grilled cheese. This is gorgeous right here, right? Now this.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking gorgeous.
Is a sandwich. Woo-wee. Gorgeous. This is gorgeous. All right. Everything is stuck perfectly, beautifully. And I'm gonna turn it around so you can see what it looks like on the other side as well. All right. And this is it right here. Gorgeous. We're gonna cut into it. Check this one out. All right, gorgeous. This is beautiful. Time for our taste
Jesus, that thing's falling apart already.
test. You saw how everything came out. Cheese is oozing out from every angle. All right.
Happy dance.
This is good. Oh, this is good. This is definitely great. Wow. Flavorful, delicious, quick and easy. Nostalgia meets grilled cheese, right? And then again, they're both nostalgic. So hey, nostalgia times two. But nevertheless, give this recipe a try. It's going to be so worth it. Ooey gooey cheese. leaking from every corner of this toast. It's good, y'all. Give it a try. Let me know what you think. Of course, recipe details is going to be in the description bar. And that's about it for now. Thank you so much for tuning in.
All right. All right, where are we at? All right, let's do Michael Simon, his wife, and their mutually shared sex slave.
We might have to, we need like initials somewhere.
Yeah.
So July, and you know, for me, obviously we're in Venice right now chilling. Often in July we're on the bay clamming.
Yes.
So I love
daily
clams in July.
Yeah.
Big fan of clams.
We can literally go out about, what would you say, 50 feet to the sandbar. We have a little sandbar, the bay sandbar, and you can get a dozen clams in probably 15 minutes. It's amazing.
That is insane.
So Lizzie, how often have you went clamming?
About 3 times. Went with Eddie.
But you bought all this. You did go with Eddie. We have one of my dear old Italian friends, Eddie DiBiase. He's like, I'm gonna bring you guys to my secret spot. You know, and he brings Liz and I. And Liz is it. Liz has on like what? I gotta paint the picture because it's important. You had on white pants, and you had on on white like clam digger type of pants.
Oh God, that's like wearing white to a barbecue. You're just setting yourself up for failure.
And a shirt, and he goes, all right, Ed. She's like, I don't want Michael to show me. Eddie, show me how you do it. And Eddie just sits down in the water, and Liz is like, yep, not doing that.
I'm not going that direction. I'm gonna find my own way.
That's not gonna work for me.
His like t-shirts billowing out.
Not for me.
Yeah,
Not
and,
sitting
you know,
on
he
that.
doesn't use like, he just all like hands. He doesn't
I
use.
found your feet work really well for clamming.
Yeah.
I don't like a clam rake, I've decided. See, I've done it enough that I
Feet
know
is
what I
an
want.
interesting tactic.
Yeah.
You just kind of get in there,
Get
and
in
then you
there.
see them. Like, I was finding them. I wasn't even digging. I was like, oh, there's one. And, you know, as long as they're closed.
Yeah, it's fine.
You know.
We'll do.
They were
a video
just
of us
coming
clamming.
to you. You didn't have to dig
Yeah.
for them.
We've had some really fun parties where we have friends over that love food and love to cook and bring their kids, and we go out, we clam, we get a bunch of clams. And
I always have a backup plan, though, just in case the clams aren't right.
you buy some clams.
I go to Serene Green and pick up a couple bags
Couple clams
of
for
fresh
yourself.
clams.
So this is, I'm gonna make,
My backup plan would have been pizza.
I'm gonna make clams, like steamed clams, with pancetta and chilies and parsley and garlic, and pretty straightforward. You could put tomatoes in it or not. I'm gonna do like some tomato garlic bread, I think, with them. But like you could use the same basic recipe, like for if you wanted to do linguine and clams, the same basic recipe would work.
So
for
it's like
linguine
clams vongole, but you're adding pancetta.
Yeah, I always put. I like
with it,
pancetta
yeah.
in my linguine and clams. We used to always put pancetta in our linguine and clams at Angeline. Also, I like it.
Yeah.
I mean, I know both are salty, so some people might think like, oh, they're both salty. I don't know if that works, but they work really well together. So I just have a, you know, cast enamel pan here, and I'm gonna put a little bit of olive oil in the base of the pan. And then I'm gonna drop my pancetta in and let the pancetta start to kind of crisp up. And it's gonna throw more fat, and then that's gonna be the base to get the clams in right behind it. So pancetta goes in. We just have some diced pancetta. Pancetta's Italian bacon, basically, both made from pork belly. Bacon is smoky, pancetta is just cured.
So could you use bacon in here?
You could use bacon
left it so
100%. Oh, I thought you were gonna eat it.
No.
Which would have been fine too, because pancetta's cooked because it's cured, you know, so.
This also adds so much flavor, like, to the broth, I think.
Well, it's too, like, because it's a cured meat, it has some of that natural, like, slight muskiness to it, which I think works really well.
Yeah.
So I have some garlic that I peeled and a peeled shallot, and I'm just gonna slice the garlic wafer
You have
thin.
4 cloves.
I have 4 cloves, but, you know,
You could go a lot more. You could go
Garlic is a preference situation. Some people, like, it's funny, like, people think of Italian food, they think of
Probably the same way with pepper.
garlic. Very little garlic is used in traditional Italian cooking. In Italy, we put a lot of it in Italian cooking in America, but both, like, if you love garlic, put in more garlic. If you don't like garlic, put in less garlic. The key to garlic is, when cooking with garlic, is as long as your significant other is also eating garlic, you can't have too much or too little.
We never have that problem. We'll eat all
No,
garlic.
we're garlic fans.
When do you decide to slice versus smash garlic? Is there a taste difference?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it is a good question. It's just kind of a mood for me. Like, I want to see the garlic in here, and I want those, like, slivers of slightly toasted garlic floating around with the clams. So I like sliced garlic in this preparation. If I wanted the flavor of garlic, but not the texture or visual of garlic, I would mash it.
Okay.
Plus, you're putting this in now, so it'll get a little crisp.
And it'll break
almost,
down.
right?
So like in a salsa verde, where we put garlic, we smash it because it's not cooked, it's a raw sauce, and I don't want big chunks of garlic in there. In this, I want to feel the garlic.
Okay.
All right? Same thing here. You could slice or dice your...
Wait. What do you do with this little interior?
I was going to say, do you take that out? I always tend to take that out,
I mean,
but then I
this is
feel like
more
I lose
garlic.
some.
This is, I mean, it's not going to change
That's not a
much in
bitter
this.
situation?
Not so
in that?
much.
I'm just
And
gonna
I'm
take
just
a
going to
little bit out
slice
there.
these real thin. Just cross. Get your hands away from my sharp knife, please. Thank you. All right. And then I'm going to put in the shallot first. If you don't have shallot, you could certainly use a white or red onion here, or a leek, or a scallion. You know,
Vidalia would probably be nice too.
a
like
Vidalia
sweet
would be
onion.
delightful.
I don't even know what that is.
All right, so our pancetta's about half crisped. So I'm going to put in my shallots now. And you could hear it kind of popping. Liv, what are we doing right now?
Cooking with our senses.
We're cooking with our senses. So the shallots kind of break down
Shut up, bitch.
quickly, and the pancetta continues to crisp. Now I'm going to put in my garlic, and I always put salt in when I'm sweating vegetables like this. I'm going to put in less than normal. I'm going to put in way less than normal because Tim is running frantically to the back kitchen because he didn't give me my salt. But the good news is, with the pancetta, we have a good amount of salt in there already. Look at Tim scurrying. We have Tim scurrying. Hi, Tim.
It's early in the morning.
It's early. Still early.
He focused a little too much on his egg sandwich from Egg Slut today. All right, so a pinch of salt goes in. Some chili flakes go in.
I think are key in this dish.
I'm going to go a little lighter than normal because of Shorty.
Yeah, but it's still need it. You need that little bit.
I like a little bit.
We're going to put in our clams. A little or middle neck will work good here.
How do you know
big...
when clams are ready to cook? Like, when are they, like, ripe?
What are they, ripe?
I don't know. Well, what's the right word for them?
Well, there's different sizes of clams, and you want, when you see how these are closed, if they're open, they're bad.
They're bad. Okay. You don't
So
want to use them.
if you get one that's open, they're all closed right now, and you tap it and it closes, it's still good.
Okay.
But if it doesn't close, no bueno.
Okay.
All right, so we have the clams in there. We have the pancetta in there, the garlic in there, the shallots in there, the chili flakes in there. All right, white wine goes in.
So this is where the clams tend to open, right? Once they start.
They're gonna take a couple minutes. So what we do now, Liv, is I take my lid, put my lid on, go over the heat, and those are gonna take a couple minutes to open. As we're waiting on that, I'm gonna get some flat leaf parsley.
If I'm cooking this indoors, is it over?
Just on a stovetop, medium-high heat.
Okay.
And then I'm going to just give my parsley a very, relatively rustic chiffonade. This is a soft herb, and this kind of dish, if you have some stems in there, it's fine. You don't want a big hunko stem, but don't panic.
Are there certain herbs that you don't want the stem in there for?
I would say rosemary.
Any hard herb, rosemary, sage, oregano, thyme.
Yeah.
But the soft herbs, There's a ton of flavor in the stems. We're not in restaurant world where everything has to look absolutely perfect, and the stems are delicious. So I would say use them.
Yeah, the
like
stems
I
are
don't
great
want
in a
I don't
stock,
want
too,
this in there.
Right.
But if it's all cut equally sized, and then yeah, I save these for stock or I save them for whatever. All right, we'll put those in the back. I don't want it that rustic.
Yes, you do.
Hey, everybody, if you like what we are cooking,
or you like what we're drinking,
or you just like us and our witty banter,
click the link below and subscribe, whether it's YouTube or Spotify or however you're watching. I brought lemon out here. Do you want some lemon zest in yours?
You know what I would like? I would like you to just make the dish the way you make it, and then a little lemon on the side to squeeze over if I so choose. Sometimes I want it, sometimes I don't. Depends.
Irwin B. Fletcher, you choose. I also think, do you know what movie that is?
No.
Irwin,
Fletch?
yes.
I
Irwin
mean,
B.
Fletcher kind of gave it away.
We are in Venice, so we should honor Fletch. All right, I'm gonna cut a little bit of sourdough.
I don't even know that movie.
You don't know the movie Fletch.
You should probably watch it.
Liv, you have homework tonight. There's
Is it like
2
a
Fletches.
classic?
It's a classic.
Oh, will you just cuddle around the damn couch? Watch your stupid movie that way? You dumb son of a bitch.
Classic.
a
It's one of my
classic Chevy
favorite
Chase.
movies of all time.
Okay.
Goldie Hawn, is that? No,
I
that's
like
Bird on a Wire.
No, I like no. Oh boy,
Well, I know
in
that
trouble
they
too
did a
now.
movie together. It was
Everybody's
Bird on
in
a Wire.
What, Nick?
Foul play.
I don't know.
Right.
But Fletch is. I like Fletch more than I like Caddyshack, which is a big statement. All right, so we brush the olive oil on here. I'm gonna go kind of one side olive oil, and then I'm just gonna give my bread. Scooch this over. I'm gonna give my bread like a quick grill to get it a little crusty.
And are you doing both sides grill though?
Yeah, I'm gonna grill
and
and I'm gonna grill over the flame to get like some color, and then I'm gonna move it over to the cooler side to kind of let the other side go, and then we're gonna rub. Oh, I'm gonna need another garlic clove. We're gonna rub some garlic on it and some tomato.
Okay.
And this is gonna happen real quick. See?
Oh,
so,
wow, yeah.
So we get that nice little char on there. I like a charred bread.
Me too.
And why do you use sourdough?
I just like the flavor of sourdough.
Okay.
But you just want a slightly heartier bread. It's not. There's no like big rule here. I just like.
Sourdoughs are delicious. I like sourdough. Do you like sourdough?
Sourdough flavor.
Do you make sourdough ever?
I don't, but I know a lot of people that do. Alexa, who works with us, loves to make. She's very into bread right now.
Very into sourdough.
bread.
I am shook by it.
There's.
Wait a second. Hold up. Whatever. Hold up.
Get that nice little char on there. I like a charred bread.
Me too.
And why do you use sourdough?
I just like the flavor of sourdough.
Okay.
But you just want a slightly heartier bread. It's not. There's no like big rule here. I just like sourdough flavor.
Do you make sourdough ever?
I don't, but I know a lot of people that do. Alexa, who works with us, loves to make. She's very into bread right now.
Works with you. I was gonna say. I thought you said she lived with you. It's like, god damn. How many sex slaves do you guys have?
Now,
What kind of fucking freaky shit goes on in your bedroom?
I am shook by it.
There's. I just feel like sourdough on the West Coast is.
Yeah.
There's so much good. You know, like if you. Here's what I would say. It's enjoyable. Like, look, I could buy pasta, but I love making pasta. I could buy salami, but I love making salami. If you enjoy making it, make it.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of, like, the parts of the country have great bread bakeries.
Mm-hmm.
If you live in a part of the country with great bakeries, certainly take advantage of the great bakeries.
Yeah.
You know?
And cooking sourdough feels like a very intense, lengthy process.
Well, kinda.
Everything is intense if you don't enjoy it. If you enjoy it, nothing is intense.
But you need like the starters and to care for it. You wouldn't be good. You have to care. You have to care for your starter.
Yeah, no, I
you have
can't.
To feed it.
No, can't do that.
You've got enough things
You're right.
happening.
There's nothing else I want to feed.
And you kill your starter.
Then
kill
it's
your
game
soul.
over.
Hey, Lizzie. So real quick, just take a peek. They're starting to pop. And we're simmering pretty hard. I'm going to put...
she's getting fucked tonight.
Put the lid back on here real quick. All right, so we have
Don't
a
burn
garlic
your
clove.
bread.
And Liz, I'm just going to, if you just give this a little, I'm going to give you a stack and just give a little rubby-dubby. I'm not going to burn my bread. All right, you rub those with the garlic.
I swear to God, if you say I'm gonna burn my fucking bread, I'll fucking cut your goddamn heart out.
Garlic clove.
Let him fall, because Norman's right under my feet here.
Wait, Lizzie, what are we drinking today? I don't even know.
We are going to do, I love a gimlet, but since Michael's not a huge gin fan and neither are you, we are going to do it with vodka, but I'm going to do a French gimlet. So I'm adding a little floral elderflower liqueur instead of simple syrup. And I think it's going to be delightful. And rub it up.
Oh.
Do you keep your bread on the countertop or in the fridge?
Countertop. This is a big debate between Liz and I.
Yeah, no, this is.
I
this
know,
Is a big question.
but
I
if
hate
it-
bread in the fridge.
I will keep it if I
never put my. Who the fuck puts bread in the fridge?
know.
What is wrong with you?
If I'm going into a week, I throw it in the fridge because I hate when bread gets bad and moldy.
Yeah.
Just buy another fucking loaf. It's not that expensive. Cold bread tastes like fucking tree cock.
And you have to throw it away.
You just let it, take it out of the bag.
Literally, it is a.
Let it dry out and make.
Cold bread is about as pleasant as having a blue whale blow his load all over your face. Don't ask me how I know that. The answer will only make you cry.
Breadcrumbs.
Well,
but
you do you, I'll
yeah.
do me.
I kind of am a fridge girl too. I just want it to last long.
No, Michael, those two need to be spanked. You have to deliver a spanking to both of them for the improper storage of bread.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Eat
I don't
faster.
tend to buy.
Okay, look, we got poppage, full poppage. So what I do now is I take a couple nice pads of butter.
Yes.
Butter at your own risk here. I go heavy. I mean, we're gonna have a French wine. We might as well go Frenchy with this. And you just let the butter start to melt in there. And then we're gonna make it rain with a good amount of flat leaf.
Yeah, you want a lot of parsley.
And as I'm looking at this, I'm gonna taste the broth real quick, but I'm thinking by visually it needs some more chili flake. What are you honking at, buddy?
Just keep it so that Liv.
I know.
Oh, come on, Mike, go out and fuck him up.
I want
Because we
Liv.
know she loves clams.
Liv's,
really
look, Liv
with a
hates
passion.
seafood, so I'm not too concerned about Liv liking the broth. Oh my God, it's so good though.
Do you always add the herbs last?
Yeah, soft herb last. Like if I was adding oregano or rosemary, I would have put it in the beginning.
Okay.
Just letting this go a little bit while the butter melts. And then the last thing we're gonna do is we have a really
soft.
This
that's
tomato
been
has
hanging
been
out.
hanging out for a while, and it just keeps popping up on set. So I'm gonna use it. It's a very soft tomato. And I'm gonna cut it in
gonna be
half.
Insanely good.
And I am going to scrub it on the bread over this. So
So it's like tomato bread.
Yeah, and then any of the
Love that.
other parts, juice and stuff will just fall into our
What are you doing with
sauce.
these cherries?
I decided not to use them. Those are tomatoes.
Well, cherry tomatoes.
Cherry
I
tomatoes.
was shortening it. What do you do with these CTs, as you would say?
Oh my God, that's how the kids say it.
That's how you say it. Okay, you want to move this so I can...
Yeah, just wait. Let me.
Okay.
Oh gosh, lucky I'm so strong.
Oh, whoa, whoa. Okay.
All right.
Now we're in a better place.
Business. All right, so we are going to give these one look at the butter has melted. The herbs are Looking gorgeous.
Gosh, that smells good.
The
I got like a
broth.
whiff of the bread and the broth. It's
Yeah, so, and then you just take the tomato, the super ripe tomato, and we're gonna rub the tomato on the bread, and then any of that extra tomato.
Great, so I get clams with toast that's been smeared with a rotten tomato. Can we just watch the two ladies make out and call it good?
Guts falls right into our
I love tomato bread so much.
Pan con tomate?
You got it, sister. Wow.
Thank you.
Live.
Practicing my Spanish.
And then, we just squeeze any of that in there.
Okay.
Norman, you're not barking because you're a good
Oh,
boy.
I can smell the garlic. I can smell the wine, the pancetta. Yum.
Right. And then I want you to give this, get a spoon, Liz, right behind me. I want you to taste the broth. Tell me what you think.
Give me a tilt. There we go. Oh, it's very briny.
And clammy, right? Those clams are good.
It's really good.
All right, so I'm gonna put a lid on these so they hold. You make your cocktail, and then we'll serve up the goodies.
I am probably going to add lemon to mine.
I like that you're warning us.
I know.
Thank you for the heads
Just
up.
be
Lemon's
warned.
loaded.
All right. Today, I'm going to do a French gimlet. So what makes it French is just a little, this is LD liqueur, but it's elderflower. It's very floral, sweet. It smells.
It's very French, very wonderful. Juicy Smolier.
Really great, actually.
So, okay, what makes this French? This is so entertaining. Come here, come here.
My hands aren't working. Thank you.
It's a pull, not a push.
Smell it, though. It smells kind of very
Ooh.
floral, almost like
I could wear that as a perfume.
lilac.
I'm not gonna make the joke.
Yeah,
So
it's,
weird.
it's so. I love this bottle too.
I can already hear Jake now. You're disgusting.
Frankly, and I'm typically originally gimlets were made with gin, but I'm using vodka for you two.
Thank you. You're a kind
You
woman.
could go half and half though. You could go gin vodka, mix it up a little. Okay,
Don't get crazy.
so I'm gonna do this. This is a shaken cocktail.
Let me clear out some space for you.
Um,
All right.
So into my shaker, and I'm gonna.
Wow,
that off so I
look,
don't
we
lose that
found
again.
this top
Who found that?
Where was it?
under the
Under the
stove.
stove.
And I
Liv
just
got
got
it with-
down there and
She got it with
dug
a
it out.
Yeah,
wooden,
see?
with a wooden spoon
I
tool.
mean, when you're 4'6", you could really get around.
My arm only went like
Okay.
2 inches in.
She wasn't under the stove. I mean, come on. So this is fresh squeezed lime juice. I feel for this cocktail, you have to have fresh squeeze because it's a 3-ingredient situation here. All right. So ingredient one, vodka. So you probably want like 2.5 ounces per cocktail, and then half.
Still early.
Going 3.5 for 3 cocktails. Now I'm gonna go a little bit heavier with my lime. I like them pretty limey. A lot of people do gimlets with roses,
Limey,
that roses lime juice in a
cocksucker.
bottle, which is fine too, but I don't know. I'm not really into it.
I'm not down to clown.
I'm only gonna go about a ½ ounce because this is pretty, this is
Down, down with the clown, down with the clown.
pretty intense. So I really,
So this is basically vodka
And
with
if I butchered some existing song, I don't give a fuck.
a splash of lime and floral
a
stuff.
little more than a splash,
All right.
you know.
I'd be hammered.
Can't wait.
Oh, Michael, quit being a fucking pussy. Be a man. Hold your liquor.
You don't have to drink everything in front of you. Okay, now let's give this a good shake to get this going. If you would grab those
Yeah, I got
glasses,
it. I got it.
and
You
just-
didn't
I
even
put
have
a
to-
little
yep.
ice in there that is melted so it chills them a bit. You want a good chilled glass for this because we're going to be serving it up.
I feel like chilling
you,
a glass
love.
really
welcome.
makes a difference.
It does. I mean, a lot of times you can just keep glasses in the freezer so they're like really good to go. Okay, I think we're about good there. Okay.
Later.
There it goes.
I think you should call this cocktail Pants on the Ground.
Oh, I love these bowls.
Yeah, they're our front gate collection bowls.
These are Lizzie.
They're a really nice all-purpose bowl. I think it makes a nice pasta bowl. I use them.
It's a good
I use them all the
yeah.
time. Okay, now I like a little lime wheel for this because I think it looks cute.
Cute.
I mean, you can kind of do a little twist to get
Those
some
are
of that
pretty
oil.
glasses too. And
Aren't
the
they?
Simon
I
glasses.
know they're a super classic. Like,
Is there anybody else there that's married to a woman that collects glasses?
I wish I could collect
glasses.
glasses.
well, you know, I like a variety.
Listen, there are worse things she could collect.
That's right.
Yeah, like
Glasses.
shoes. Oops. All
Those
right,
are nice.
cheers.
Cheers.
Ooh,
It's delicious. It's
super tart.
That's really good.
It's really good.
I could have even put just a touch more elderflower just for the
Yeah.
little bit of
You know what's
sweetness.
funny,
You can also
because-
just go straight up simple syrup in this as well.
Yeah, I like it. Just the thing that's
Wouldn't it be funny if he just slapped the shit out of her and be like, "Don't fucking interrupt me"? Or is that just me being a complete asshole?
nice about this though is like there's obviously a good amount of vodka in there as you saw, but it's not. It's
It's not
very
alcohol
balanced.
strong.
Yeah.
I was just thinking, I thought it was going to taste a lot stronger
Yeah.
than
like
it does.
like a martini.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
but that lime cuts and the
through it.
elderflower sweetens it a bit.
All right, here's what I'm gonna do for you, Liz, because I'm gonna hit it with zest,
Okay.
and then
just
I'll
cut
cut
me a
this. I'm
cheek.
gonna cut you a cheek. Yep.
Yeah. A cheek of lemon. I've never heard of that.
Really?
I always use a cheek.
Maybe
it's
I've
the best.
never-
So and then you don't get seeds. You just kind of go here.
Smart.
Little cheek.
The extra big bowl for Liv.
It's so nice. Oh, you only have 2 bowls out? That's so weird.
No, you got 3. Yeah, there's a couple less in there for Shorty.
Oh, an extra large for Michael.
Then the best part about this is
yeah, the broth.
the broth, and then you have the bread that you get to dip in that broth.
That's what I'm looking forward to. Look at that pancetta. Well, let me grab us some tools.
I mean, it smells good.
Oh my
You can
gosh!
really
Simply
smell
Simon's
that
is
wine
all
and
about
the lemon.
Liv being honest in her later years.
Listen,
The early years of Simon's dinners, Liv I realize now she just pretended. So Liv, this is a cheek. So she doesn't have to worry about seeds.
No seeds. You get a lot of juice. Whoa, see,
And then you
get
could
a
still
lot
just
of
juice. You could still juice the rest. Give everybody a cheek.
Okay.
And
okay,
then
also, I just want to say, I
just
didn't
want my bread in
lie.
there.
There was just a lot I hadn't tried before, and now I've tried more and realized I don't like it all.
I appreciate you just trying all of it.
I want to be a liar.
All right, everybody get in there.
Can't wait.
All right, tell me what you think.
Maybe start with just dipping your bread.
Okay, yeah, I like that. It's hot. It's really hot.
Yeah,
do you
just
eat?
came off the fire.
When you're with family and you're at home and we go to Bostwick's Chowder House, what the hell do you eat there?
Chicken fingers.
Chicken fingers or fish tacos. I eat their fish.
Great. So she has the mouth of a child. Whatever. I like chicken fingers too.
Tacos. And french fries.
Here's a shell bowl.
And a margarita.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah, this is very...
Then again, on that note, the daughter of the governor of my state still eats SpongeBob macaroni.
Just go.
briny.
Very briny.
Very briny. Mm-hmm.
We'll go with one clam.
Okay.
And think of it as like a piece of ham.
These
I don't
are
really like it.
these are some of the most flavorful clams.
Like, this is so...
It's gonna be true. That's a big.
Okay, I'm not gonna go for the big one. Let's go for a small one. Is this small?
Smallish. You know what you should do? Put it on the bread.
Okay.
I got so much.
And
to say.
I'm gonna say this because I think it's textural with you a little bit.
Yeah, they're right there.
Just shove it in your pie hole and eat it.
Do I really have to make the joke? I'm sure she hears that from him quite often. Just shove it in your pie hole.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I don't know if I could do it.
All right. Well, another delicious Simon's, Simply Simon's. Chase that down with the cocktail in our continued adventure to live to eat real food. We will do as many seasons of this as we can, but like we like to say at Simply Simon's, keep it simple, keep it delicious, have some
Keep
fun.
it away from Liv.
Keep it away from Liv. Is that a big one? We'll see you next week.
Thanks for watching, and thanks to our sponsor, Frontgate, for making it all possible. Be sure to like.
Okay, cheese stuffed smoked meatloaf.
Smoked meatloaf with Oklahoma Joe. I'm going to start by mixing together panko crumbs, beaten eggs, whole milk, and half our barbecue seasoning in a bowl. Let that soak, and then we're going to make our bacon weave. Set that to the side. Add that paste with chopped onions, green chilies, and minced garlic. Add in our ground beef. Then we're going to flatten it out, making a hole in the center, stuffing with cheese, covering it over top, and then cover with that bacon weave. Season with your barbecue seasoning, then heat up your Oklahoma Joe Bronco drum smoker to 275. We're going to place this guy on to cook for about 2 to 2.5 hours to 165 internal. We're going to baste it with a barbecue sauce every 30 minutes. Once it's good, pull it off, let it rest, slice in. So freaking delicious. You can find this whole recipe on my blog, linked in bio. Cheers.
I'd eat the shit out of that. All right, 4th of July recipe.
Your journey to becoming a backyard barbecue hero, you are going to want to tackle a low and slow smoke. And I know it can seem intimidating, but actually, it's very easy and kind of relaxing. We're gonna be doing one of my favorite things to smoke. We are doing a pork shoulder, turning it into beautiful, shredded, juicy, smoky pulled pork. We're gonna serve that with some smoked mac and cheese and a very simple and beautiful backyard barbecue classic, some homemade coleslaw. I think pulled pork is the perfect protein when you have a bunch of people to serve. Today is a big day. We are cooking the big meats on the big smoker. I have my offset smoker fired up to 275 degrees Fahrenheit. If you're using a pellet smoker, you can also just set that at 275. Whatever smoker you've got in your backyard, you can make it work with this recipe. Now for the meat itself, this is a pork shoulder, sometimes called a pork butt, or even labeled in the grocery stores as a Boston butt. But that is too many butts for this family-friendly show. So we're gonna stick with calling it a pork shoulder for this episode. I also think it helps to know that it comes from the shoulder of the animal. Knowing that it comes from the shoulder.
Yeah, I don't know where the hell it got the name pork butt, because it's about as far away from the ass as it could possibly be.
Shoulder is helpful because it helps you understand the anatomy. This cut is used a lot. which means it has a ton of tight connective tissue, which can make it very, very tough. The benefit of that is that it's perfect for low and slow smoking, and it's typically very affordable.
It's one of the more expensive cuts of pork, thanks to, well, amateur backyard.
Prepping this pork shoulder is very simple. First up, we're going to slather.
Yeah,
Now,
basically, ham is from the pig ass.
My Zesty Gold mustard sauce. This sauce is going to act as a binder, which is going to help the rub stick to the outside of the meat and help us build a really nice, beautiful crust while it's on the smoker. The crust in barbecue that we develop on the
Of course, God forbid you make your own fucking sauce.
outside as things cook low and slow is called the bark. It's kind of a unique barbecue term, but it is the coveted piece of the barbecue because that's where all the seasoning is and all the smoke is and all of the texture is. One thing that I love about these low and slow cooks is it kind of builds anticipation all day. And it starts to smell a little bit better all day. You got the ambiance of the wood smoke in the backyard. Before we flip it over, we're gonna season this side with our barbecue rub. This is my sweet rub. It is a classic barbecue style seasoning, smoked paprika, brown sugar, salt, pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, all of those delicious things that you're gonna think of when you think barbecue. And because this is such a very thick and ginormous cut of meat, we're gonna go really heavy here with the seasoning. You do not need to be light-handed. We also wanna make sure that we get the top and the bottom and all of the sides. All in all, that was probably a couple tablespoons of the mustard sauce and probably about a 1/4 cup of the seasoning for a pork butt this size. Most pork butts from the grocery store are coming in about 8 to 10 pounds. We're smoking with post oak today. It's most commonly used in Central Texas, that really strong brisket flavor. I love a strong wood flavor with pulled pork, but hickory is very common. Apple and cherry woods are really typical, and more mild woods like alder are nice if you like a really gentle smoke flavor. This looks perfect. Let's get it on the smoker. You can almost set it in for.
All right. I think this is where I'm going to call it for tonight. I may be on later for another stream, but good night, everybody.